For now, I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Rush Hour is just getting started on Beaver County Radio. It's time for Driving in the Fast Lane with Frank Sparks. It's the show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There will be guests, and Noah Haswell will have the news of the top and bottom of each hour. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
All right, we're back here on Driving in the Fast Lane, hour number 2, and we're talking education in the first hour, and now in the second hour, we're going to go to the other side of education, which is a very important part of education at the high school level, and that is sports. And Steve Bruno is here from the Larry Bruno Foundation, and he's got Jim Mooney, the head coach of Beaver Falls, coming off of a huge win last week.
Yeah.
It was coming, man. We could see it.
Took long enough, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's still, we could see it each and every week.
Yeah,
kids
lots
are playing
of improvement
better.
this year, for sure.
Yeah, the kids are playing better.
Yeah.
I mean, from watching even Blackhawk and then watching against Western, you just each and every week saw improvement. That's a good thing.
It's a maturity process for us now, that's all.
So, what's up, Steve? I haven't seen you in a while.
It's good to be back in the studio.
I hear you. So, all right.
Yeah.
What all are we gonna talk about? Obviously, we're gonna talk about that big victory last week.
Well,
who Coach
a little
Mooney
high
got this
school
week?
Football
Yeah.
in general. I mean, it's been an exciting season, Frank, so far. I mean, geez, oh man. 2 weeks ago, that Hopewell Beaver game, that was a game for the ages.
Absolutely.
You kidding me? 51-50. Beaver pulled that out at the end. And Hopewell, of course, has the top-rated quarterback around, the kid Armstrong, I believe is his name. And he's a wonderful, wonderful recruit. He's going to be playing big-time college football soon. And that was just an example of some of the high school talent that's still around and it's going on. That was 2 weeks ago, Frank.
Right.
Last week was quite a week as well.
I think Marquise Council threw his hat in the ring to be one of the better quarterbacks in the county here after that Aliquippa win.
I was just getting to that. You kind of stole my thunder a little bit. Last week, we had a week that was, oh my God, Beaver Falls got their first win of the season, which is phenomenal. I mean, anytime Beaver Falls is winning games, it's good for Beaver County football. And it's the same with Aliquippa. It's the same with any Beaver County school. They played Penn Hills. Let me back up a little bit. They played Penn Hills last week. Now, anytime a Beaver County school goes against a Pittsburgh school, it's a big deal. Okay, we always known that we could play with those guys, but when we have a chance to prove it, it's kind of special, especially when you play a program like Penn Hills, which is kind of a premier program
Absolutely.
in Pittsburgh. Aliquippa, boy, they struggled for 3 quarters, and then in that fourth quarter, they came through and they won the game.
They were trying to lose it, though. They kept shooting themselves in the foot there for a while, and then finally at the end they came back.
But that was huge, Frank, because what that does is it just reminds people that, hey, we still play a quality brand of football in Beaver County. And when the Pittsburgh schools come down here, they better have their chin strap buckled up because they're in for a game no matter who they play. Now, we all know the top schools in wins in Beaver County: Aliquippa, Beaver Falls, Beaver, Rochester, and New Brighton. So I'm just going to name those because they're the top win schools in the county. Anytime those schools do well, it's good for the landscape in Beaver County. So I was so happy to see Aliquippa win that game last week. And then our beloved Tigers. You know, they've been fighting for 2 years. They've been struggling, and they finally broke through, and they broke through with that win last week against Mohawk. And that was huge because, again, when the Tigers are winning, it's good for Beaver County football.
So, Coach, tell us a little bit about last week and how the game went and actually coming to victory.
The game went pretty tough to watch, actually, from the coaching standpoint. Right? You win 8-6. That's a tough day at work. The defense is just playing lights out right now. That's really what we're hanging our hat on right now, waiting for that offense to mature a little bit. But defensively, we're flying to the ball. I mean, that was the one thing I told the kids Saturday morning when we were watching film. Man, we got 8-10 kids at the ball every play. That was really cool. That was an emphasis for us early in the season. As soon as we got into camp, we started the Slippery Rock Relentless. We were doing their pursuit drills and really trying to push that point home, and it showed last week big time. Getting the kids to the football, aggressive. Really, really happy with the way our defense is playing. And offensively, we're actually playing pretty good, a lot better than people might realize, but the penalties are what's killing us. It's a maturity process on offense right now. And at some point, that's going to click. I still fully believe that. We got to get our linemen's got to stay. I'd love to have a full line for a week. That would be fun. We haven't been able to pull that off, I don't think, but maybe one time this year so far where we've had all of our 5 starting linemen all on the field at the same time. So we're looking forward to getting that at some point. And then, Joey Clark, he's doing some great things with his feet right now. Still trying to make the reads. He's making some good plays. It's that maturing thing, right? You got a sophomore quarterback. We've got new kids all over the field still. So defensively, some of those same kids that were freshmen last year that were taking their lumps, you see them playing now. They're playing like juniors. That's what I talk about with that maturity and the process of football. You don't just step onto a field and immediately know how to play the game. It's really a growing process.
Well, you last year as a first-year coach, you have to build a reputation and build a program.
Right.
Did you get more kids come out this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, numbers came up.
Good.
They fluctuate a little bit. It seems like every week it's either up or down, but we're right around that 35 number. So
that's good.
Love to hit that 40. I think last year we finished somewhere in the low 20s. So the off season was a big deal to us. The school board was they did us a lot of justice this year to the weight room. I don't know, you haven't gotten a chance to see the weight room yet, but the weight room is pretty amazing. So we got a brand new weight room. Like I said, the off season was really good. We had 15, 20 kids in there all winter long. So again, that was part of the process, right? You gotta look like you belong on the field. Last year we didn't look like it. This year we do. We look like we belong. You look at the physicality, and I don't care what game you go to. The physicality's been there. It's the mental mistakes now. So it's just that growth.
Coach, I noticed looking at your schedule, it's been quite brutal so far. In my opinion, Amani Christian, Blackhawk, Amani Christian, and some of the school, Western Beavers, one of the top schools around. So you've had quite a tough start with your schedule.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll pay some dividends for you.
I'm hoping so too. That's a thing. We've been doing that at Beaver Falls now for, as long as I can think of since I've been there. We've been, this year it was North Catholic, so we went to our scrimmage games against one of the top 3A schools. I'm thinking they're still undefeated. Straight to a 4A Blackhawk, then back to, the top, if not the top 2 or 3 Amani Christian teams.
But you guys were in the games. That
was a tough one. Other than Amani has some athletes. And one of the other coaches in the MAC called me up and asked me how was the Amani game, and all I could say was zoom. Those kids were flying. But they've got a couple kids going to Penn State. I mean, we just weren't ready for that kind of a team yet. The other ones, I think we've been in every game. Our focus is turning right now into those middle 6 minutes of the game, the last 3 of the first half, first 3 of the second half. We've really I kind of lose our focus a little bit in those 3 minutes on each side of the ball, and that's cost us. I thought the South Side game, we were in that game the whole time. Even the Western Beaver game, as bad as the score showed, I think we actually played pretty well. We're just not getting the ball. You watch that game, we were inside the 20, I think 5 or 6 times that game. So it's not like we weren't moving the ball. We just weren't finishing drives. And again, it goes down to that penalties. Penalties have been killing us a lot. Last week with the win, we eliminated a lot of those penalties, and that's how you're going to win football games. You got to play smart football.
Coach, when you have a young team, boy, that is quite a surmountable obstacle is the penalty thing.
Yeah.
When you have young teams, how do you get through that? I mean, how do you pound it into the kids at practice every day, the discipline part of it, and how do you work through something like that?
Well, if we become successful at it, I'll let you know. No, I mean, it's something we talk about all the time, right? We do a lot of film study, and you just, again, you have to teach so these kids, you have to teach them what football really is. And, it's not about putting on a swag and doing the touchdown dances. You've really got to understand that, hey, it's time to lock in. You can't be jumping off sides. You've got to get lined up. You can't be holding. And, some of those things, again, are just maturity type of issues. That they're aggressive penalties. We've made aggressive penalties. I'll say that much. So that was another big thing that we lacked last year. We weren't a very aggressive team. Right now, I think we're a pretty aggressive team. So along with aggressiveness comes some penalties, and we're just working through it. It's just, again, it's the process. I keep going to the same words, but those are the things I believe in. So that's where I'm going to go.
It's something that that it's so different now than it was back in our day,
Right.
Frank, when we played. But I could see so many similarities to what Coach is saying. I mean, when we played, I played under a Larry Bruno program that was really established, and I could remember the first few games of the season, we had a lot of penalties. And I think the Butler game, our first game of the season, we fumbled 5 times that game. And we had 17 lettermen on that team.
How'd that work out for you?
So you see what I mean? I mean, that's high school football,
Right,
man.
absolutely.
It's going to happen, but one day, and just like he was saying about the scrimmages, we used to scrimmage McKeesport and North Allegheny.
Right.
So when we went into our conference play, we were ready. So by Coach doing that, lining up those tough scrimmages, that's the best thing they can do. Best thing.
If you do have any questions or comments, you're welcome to call at 724-774-1888 or 843-1888. We do have to take a short break. And first off, we got to tell you about it's time for Pick of the Litter, Beaver County Humane Society. And this week we are going to talk about a black cat, since it's getting near Halloween time, all black with a white spot under its neck, named Annie Oakley. And Annie has been at the shelter for a period of time, since October 22nd of last year. So if you'd like to adopt Annie Oakley or any other pet at the shelter, get a hold of you can go on our website, beavercountyradio.com, click on it, and you can see all the animals up for adoption, and you can check out Annie Oakley or any other ones. And the Pick of the Litter here on Beaver County Radio each and every week is brought to you by Falcone's Moon Township Ford, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Tom Sipes Demolition, J. Young Refuse, Alvarez Hahn Funeral Home and Cremation Services, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, and also, I guess that's it. I think I was missing one there. Oh, I was. Nolly, Elias, and Associates. So thank you to them for sponsoring the Pick of the Litter here on Beaver County Radio. We'll have another animal highlighted for you on Monday.
Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland opens its 2025-2026 season with the award-winning comedy classic Guys and Dolls, October 3rd through the 12th, sponsored by Clearview Federal Credit Union. For tickets, visit lincolnparkarts.org.
Join Beaver County Radio Sunday, September 28th at Harkins Mill Wines in Ambridge as we help Beaver Falls native Jenna Shank celebrate the release of her album, New Road, recorded locally at Dave World Productions, David Granati's Maplewood Studio. Lots of music with Jenna, David, and some special guests, including Dave and Tammy Wright of Local Notes, Tracy Horton, and Jonathan O'Connor. Fun, food, wine, and music all make for a great Sunday afternoon, starting at 3 p.m. at Harkins Mill Wines, 564 Merchant Street, Ambridge. Hope to see you there. Raise a glass at the Beaver Area Chamber of Commerce's annual Wine Fest, Saturday, September 27 on 3rd Street in downtown Beaver. Enjoy an afternoon of exquisite wine tastings, delicious food pairings, and shopping with local stores and vendors. Pre-sale tickets cost $30, which includes wine tastings and a commemorative wine glass. A $75 pre-sale VIP package offers reserved seating, a private tasting from a premier winery, a charcuterie box, and live music. Day of admission is $35. Tickets are limited, so secure yours early. The first 1,000 guests get a complimentary wine bag. For tickets, visit eventbrite.com and search under Beaver Wine Fest.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Looking for something that's more than just a job? Then this good news is for you. PA Connected Communities helps people with intellectual disabilities and autism by using fun activities like cooking, pottery, and volunteerism to learn valuable skills. PACC is hiring for full-time and part-time in Beaver, Butler, and surrounding areas. When was the last time you got paid to go bowling, the movies, swimming, or doing a community service project? If you're looking for a great job where you can help others improve their life skills, gain independence, independence, and participate in community activities, all while having fun and get paid nicely too, then visit PACC.org.
Hot coffee in the morning and Frank Sparks. Now you're in the fast lane. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and streaming live on BeaverCountyRadio.com.
All right, we're back here on Driving in the Fast Lane. We're visiting this morning with Steve Higgins from the Larry Bruno Foundation. We're also talking with Beaver Falls head coach Jim Mooney this morning. And talk a little bit of football and high school football. There's a huge slate of high school football. We'll be doing Elwood City and New Brighton tonight as the Lions will try to rebound. As we were talking about, New Brighton's getting a lot of their key players back from injury tonight after a couple tough weeks, so it's going to be a good football game. And it doesn't get any easier for you, Coach, as you guys got the Bulldogs tonight.
Yep. Good team, good solid teams, as they always are, big, strong kids. Try and pound the ball on you, try and eat the clock. Same freedom formula. He does a nice job over there. Coach Baylong, he does a good job with those kids. Looking forward to the game tonight. Should be a good one.
That one's on the road, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, give us a little preview. I mean, what can we see out of the Tigers tonight? Without giving away your game plan, obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna. I'm hoping it's the same that we have: good defense and a strong, solid offense. So, I'm going to do the same thing to them that they're going to try and do to us. Keep their offense off the field, pound the ball on them, and let's get in the end zone.
Coach, are you healthy?
Relatively. I'd love to have, like I said, my full line. I haven't had my full line here for a couple of weeks, so that's a painful thing to go through. AA football is a game of attrition, just like you mentioned, New Brighton getting their key kids back. So. Anytime you can see the stress, even with Mohawks coaches, you shake hands with those head coaches at the end of the game, you can see the stress like, man, I just wish I had this kid or I had that kid. Right. It's a game of attrition. You got 25, 35 kids
depth.
on the team. Yeah, it's depth. It's all about depth.
The numbers and
that's right.
The depth is an important part of the game.
Yep. So I won't have them all back just yet, but that day's coming.
And the MAC's very tough anyways. Historically, it's always been tough
physically
to be in the MAC,
Yeah, it's physical. Definitely a physical conference.
Yeah, and like nowadays, you can win 3 or 4 games in the conference and qualify for the playoffs. You don't have to win the division now. You can just peak at the right time.
Right.
Like peak at the right time, get a couple wins late, play good towards the end of the season. And, I hate to say after one victory that thinking playoffs are the Tigers, but that's where my mind's drifting to.
Right.
And I tell you what, they have help on the way over there, Frank. I went to the junior high game this week. My grandson plays for Beaver Junior High, and they played Beaver Falls, okay? And I didn't know what to expect going to the game. My daughter called me and teased me and says the Tigers are going down tonight, that kind of
right,
stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't comment back because I didn't know what the Tigers I get to say this on the air, and I will say it. It's the best junior high team I've seen this year. Beaver Falls Junior High. They were really good. And Coach Mooney, if he could just hold on another year, I'll tell you what, he's got some help coming next year. The quarterback was phenomenal. The couple receivers. They had a linebacker that was just killing people. And they were, they were really, really good.
Now, looking at it from the outside in, from the New Brighton side where we watch, because we pay attention to what's going on in Beaver Falls all the time, obviously, even as fans. Seeing where it was last year when you came in and we sat down and talked, and to seeing where it is now is like far above from where you guys are. And like I said, just watching the couple games that I've seen this year, I saw the Western game, the Blackhawk game, and a couple key plays, and you mentioned the 3 minutes before the half and the 3 minutes after the half. Those would have changed a little bit for you. You were in those games,
100%.
and you could have won them.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the frustrating thing about it is that, as coaches, and a lot of that credit goes to my coaches, believe me, those guys are doing a great job. But the frustrating thing is when you're in a football game. The Western Beaver game just killed me because, I think the final was 36-6 or something crazy. I walked out of that game. I thought, man, I looked at the stats like, no way. We played those guys good. And again, it's just we're not finishing yet. So last week we finally finished a game, and I'm hoping to build on that. But we're a damn good football team, man. I'm not gonna. There's nobody I'm backing down from. I can tell you that part. The rest of the season, Riverside, Elwood, Freedom, Union. There's nobody there that we're going to be afraid to line up against. It's it's just a matter of pulling these out. And
what about turnovers? Has that been plaguing you at all?
Yeah, a couple. We've had a couple key turnovers, but again, it's coming that last 3 minutes. So I kind of wrapped all that up. It hasn't been. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say anything about turnovers, man. I'm not jinxing myself. No way.
But you guys are honestly.
We've had some turnovers.
Yeah.
We've had a couple interceptions. Amani got a couple big ones on us. I think Western Beaver, I think, got one on us. The ones we have made have been costly. That's the problem.
Right.
When we make a mistake, it seems like it goes for a touchdown. When the other teams make a mistake, we're not capitalizing the way we should. So I'm looking for those things to improve, and they're starting to. So it's
you're building momentum at a good time.
It's coming. I think so too. Yeah. And like I said, we get a couple of kids back here next week, and we're ready to go.
Getting in the meat of that MAC schedule. It's good time to start. Man. Well, it's good time to start peaking and start.
Absolutely.
I guess working as a team.
Absolutely.
And getting that mojo down.
Yep.
So absolutely. All right, Noah's got news here in a minute, and then we'll have more with Coach Jim Mooney and Steve Higgins from the Larry Bruno Foundation here on a Friday morning on Driving in the Fast Lane.
Join a team that's been making a difference for over a century. St. Barnabas Health System is hiring full-time security officers for night shifts in Gibsonia and Valencia. Work 12-hour shifts from 8:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m., plus every other weekend, and earn competitive pay starting at $17 an hour plus shift differential. Enjoy full benefits, flexible scheduling, and the satisfaction of helping keep residents safe in a respected and growing healthcare system. Take the next step in your career. Apply now at stbarnabashealthsystem.com/careers or call 724-444-JOBS.
In these unprecedented times, staying informed with accurate information is a necessity, especially in an emergency. Believe it or not, the power to stay informed and be aware on important news alerts in your area is right at your fingertips. Beaver County Emergency Services urges you to sign up for instant mobile message alerts today. It's quick and easy, and once you enroll, Amber Alerts, weather emergencies, and many valuable safety, warning, and important news bulletin updates will arrive as text messages in your cell phone. Sign up now by visiting beavercountypa.gov. It's free, and it could be a lifesaver for you or somebody else in trouble. Put your fingertips to work and turn your phone into an instant notification alert device. Beaver County Emergency Services, along with other partner organizations, is pleased to make instant notifications available to you. So sign up today.
We all have a dream. Tom Sipes Demolition had a dream that started with a pickup truck and a hammer. A dream that has grown into a business with full-time employees, heavy equipment, tractor trailers, and more. Whatever your demolition requirements are, including asbestos removal, Tom Sipes Demolition can do the job best. They walk you through the demolition process, making it as simple and hassle-free for you as possible. No job is too big or too small. Just give them a call today at 724-495-2712.
95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com, invite you to tune in to Sounds of Faith. Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 for a mix of the best sacred music of all time. Sounds of Faith is brought to you by Crawford Tire and Beaver, the William Murphy Funeral Home, City Rescue Mission, MRS Physical Therapy, Circle of Friends, J&J Spratt Funeral Home, and Rome Monument and Inspirational Gifts. Sounds of Faith, uplifting, relaxing, and inspiring radio. Sunday mornings from 7 until 9 on 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with WBVP, WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
Cindric addresses Round of 12 challenge. I'm Susie Armstrong. The story next on NASCAR Today.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is what being a NASCAR fan is all about.
Win at Talladega.
Singular history and tradition.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
And triple header playoffs action to ratchet up the stakes.
We gotta go.
Throw in a can't miss concert, and you've got more than a race. You've got Talladega. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Talladega, October 17th through the 19th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of NASCAR.
Austin Cindric is in precarious territory. Currently 10th in points, he's 19 markers under the cut line to advance to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs round of 8. Focusing on the next 2 weekends at Kansas Speedway and the Charlotte Roval, the Team Penske pilot knows he has his work cut out for him.
Kansas and the Charlotte Road Course have been two very challenging racetracks as far as, getting in wrecks or getting behind. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for us. And 19 is totally not out of the question, especially in 2 race events. So I'm not getting ahead of my skis here at all. But I think from our standpoint, you have to look at it realistically and think that we're going to have to go out and have 2 of our best weeks of the year to go make this happen on points.
I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning on this Friday, September 26th of 2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. A ribbon cutting was held yesterday morning for the grand opening of the new Sheetz convenience store at 2733 Constitution Boulevard in Beaver Falls for Chippewa Township so this store can sell food, drinks, and other convenience store items. I spoke with a local woman named Mary Ann Boland, and when I asked her about her response to this new store opening, she said,
It's a very exciting day to see Sheetz building this fabulous enterprise so fast. I think that they've gotten a good warm welcome in Chippewa. Chippewa has been very warming to them. So I just think it's a great day for Chippewa. And all the people are supporting it. So that's a wonderful thing.
Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report today that 23-year-old Vaughn Morris of Ambridge was arrested on August 19, 2025 for possessing marijuana in Ambridge Borough that afternoon. Police initiated a traffic stop on the 1000 block of Ohio View Avenue in Ambridge because the vehicle of Morris had an expired registration that expired on June 25, 2025, as well as for an insurance cancellation of Type F. When police found Morris during that traffic stop off of the Ambridge-Aliquippa Bridge, Morris was possessing marijuana. Investment plans got approved this week by the Board of U.S. Steel to improve U.S. Steel's Edgar Thomson plant in Braddock, Pennsylvania, with approval also coming from U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel. An about $100 million project will be in the works as a permit will be submitted for a new slag recycler at the Braddock plant. The Allegheny County Health Department will have to approve the recycler, and if it is approved, an engineering plan will be finalized, with construction expected to start in 2026. According to a release from PennDOT District 11, PennDOT, the Allegheny County Police Department, the PA Traffic Injury Prevention Project, and the Bellevue Fire Department held a media event recently in Pittsburgh to demonstrate proper methods to buckle small children and infants in a vehicle during National Child Passenger Safety Week, which runs through tomorrow, Saturday, September 27th. The purpose of Child Passenger Safety Week is to emphasize people needing to buckle seatbelts, booster seats, or the right car seat on children each time that those children travel. This event showed safety partners demonstrating the way that is proper to buckle a child, a toddler, and an infant in a vehicle while making sure these children are in a car seat that is properly fitted and a booster seat, respectively. And a man from Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, who is one of the retired co-owners of the Pennsylvania Macaroni Company in the Strip Hill district of Pittsburgh, recently got a misdemeanor charge of terroristic threats. 68-year-old David J. Sunseri got charged because of an alleged incident that happened at a building in Pittsburgh on September 15th, 2025. Sunseri allegedly banged on a window and yelled, telling someone inside to come outside so that he could fight him, later allegedly saying that he would kill that person inside.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
A fantastic weather weekend is in store for us. Today we'll see partly sunny skies with highs near 76 and overnight lows around 55. Partly sunny again tomorrow. Look for highs in the upper 70s and lows in the mid 50s. And more sunshine and summer-like temperatures in the forecast for Sunday. Expect to see highs of 81 and lows of 56. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Friday, September 26th of 2025, at 40 minutes after 11, we've got a temperature of 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies here in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Weekday mornings were meant to drive in the fast lane. It's Frank Sparks on Beaver County Radio.
(11:41) in Beaver County. Coming up at 12 noon, we will have Town Hall News followed by Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela. And don't forget, we are talking high school football now, but we do have high school football for you tonight as we will be at Oak Hill Field as the New Brighton Lions will be hosting the Elwood City Wolverines. And we're talking with Coach Jim Mooney and Steve Higgins from the Larry Bruno Foundation. And don't forget to tune in tonight as well as a tradition that goes back as far as Larry Bruno, I'm sure, if not further, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show after the games tonight, where you can call in and talk about your favorite football team as well. So make sure you tune in for that. But Steve, let's pick up where we left off.
Well, I wanted to ask Coach, it was occurred to me during the break, I was thinking the challenges of being a high school coach nowadays, especially in AA football. And the squads are a little smaller, but you have to manage the team a little different. But there's a whole new group of challenges that these new coaches face now. And I wanted to ask Coach about his coaching staff, how his coaching staff is working out, and if he has some new members on his coaching staff, and how important they are to the development of this young team that he has. Because when they're young, you have to mold them, and you have to, lay down some tracks for the future. And I wanted Coach to comment on his coaching staff a little bit.
So the coaching staff has gone through some changes this year. I said at the end of last year, the first guy that's getting fired is the offensive coordinator, and that was me. And I did do that immediately, started the search for a new offensive coordinator, and I got lucky and got Coach Steve Campos. I think you guys are probably familiar with Campos.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so just the experience that he brings is just crazy. It's from being a head coach at Bethany to Pine Richland to Seneca.
Geez.
So I think this is maybe his second time playing it or coaching at AA level. So I'm sure he's going through some challenges with that. Instead of having 100 kids on a team, you got 30. But the experience that he's brought, and really it's been a mentorship for me on how to set your practices up, different things that just wouldn't have gone through my mind. So with him, and then Jakari Cleckley's our defensive coordinator, and I can't say enough about Jakari. It was almost immediate when he came up from junior high there a couple of years ago when I was still with Nick. It was immediate that this kid was a good football coach, and man, has he been a godsend. He is really just an outstanding football coach, and the level of effort that he puts into it, I can't say enough about him. Like, he's going to be a fantastic coach for a long, long time down here in Beaver County, and I'm assuming in Beaver Falls for the entire length of his career, and I hope he does this for a long time because he is really special in the way that he deals with the kids, and having that nice mix between some older coaches, you guys know Fab, so Fab's on the staff this year. Got some older coaches, guys that played with me at Monaca, so and then the next mix of the 2016 kids, I call them, so it's the Donovans and the Jakaris and the Mark Wilds, and we just picked up Darrell Carter here beginning of the year. So we've got a mix, and sometimes there's some head bumping between the old guys and the young guys, but at the end of the day, I think it's a staff that's working. It's working well. the kids seem to respond to it. And like I said, we got that nice mix of experience and some energy, I'll call it. The young guys can bring a lot of energy, and the older guys can bring a lot of experience. So it's kind of a nice mix there. I'm pretty happy with that. So.
Well, I'll tell you, just from what I've seen from this year, from the local sports football scene, these kids can play still, Frank. I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, hey, when I played, we did this. When I played, we did that.
Times are different.
Delusions of grandeur. We were all better than we think we were.
These kids are for real. I mean, every Friday night to whatever game I go to, I'm seeing some good athletes out there. And I just want to remind people that are listening, they're still playing a high quality of football in Beaver County. Very high. I mean, just look what Aliquippa did with Penn Hills last Friday. And they're still playing a high quality of football. The schools are a little smaller, but they're playing a high quality of football. And I just urge people to come out Friday nights and to support these schools, especially Beaver Falls. I mean, they have such the right attitude, and they have all the right reasons to improve themselves. And just to watch this team kind of develop is very interesting. And I want the people to realize that the football players, these young kids out there today, they can play.
Well, I mean, let's be real here. As a coach at the high school level and your assistants at high school level, you guys definitely don't do it for the money. Do it for the love of the game.
We're not retiring off of it, I can tell you that.
Right.
It's actually for the love of the kids, to be honest with you. That's the really cool part. We were talking about it the other day. And who knows why? I mean, you hear people say things about teenagers all the time, and they are absolutely crazy. But for whatever reason, you have to be able to enjoy that part of watching a young kid grow up. And, it's so much fun to watch a kid go from 14 and being that immature 14-year-old that's constantly grabbing and constantly giggling to that pretty serious 18-year-old now. And I've got some great seniors that, this Kenny Jewell is going to be, he's a hell of a football player. He's starting to get a lot of good looks. Christian Dawkins, Jacob Jessman, those guys, I've watched those kids grow up since they were 14, and now I see them come in and they got beards and girlfriends and they got jobs and all those real life starting to come at them, and I just couldn't be more proud of those guys right now.
But even at the museum, I'm down there because we're open full time now.
Right.
And we have young kids come in, a lot of young kids, and I'm impressed with these young kids. I mean, they'll look around the place, they'll ask a few questions. And the one kid said to the other kid, I overheard him, he said, one day I'm going to be in here.
That's a good attitude
and
to
when
have.
I heard that just, oh my God, that just made me feel, it just uplifted me. That these kids are still interested in their history, their legacy. They want to know what happened before them. They want to know what they're a part of. I mean, like I told Coach before, when you're a member of the Beaver Falls Tigers, that's a 120-year fraternity that you belong to. Okay, the players that play on the 2025 team and the players that played on the 1975 team have something in common. Okay, it's a band, a band of brothers. And that's something to be proud of. And that's what I want these young coaches to convey to their players, that, hey, what you're doing today is what's important, but you're part of something that's a lot bigger than just today.
Well, I think it's no secret that Beaver Falls probably has one of the biggest fan bases in the county, just because of former players, people that still live in Beaver Falls, and just being invested into it. I mean, it's no secret that, like I was telling you, when we do a Beaver Falls game, that's when we do it on Facebook Live on video and stuff, that's probably one of our most watched games. Is every time Beaver Falls is playing, like in a couple of weeks coming up down the road, and I know you don't want to look down the road.
That's right.
But that'll be one of the, when it is a jug game, that'll be one of, and it's nice to watch and to see back and forth, the people going back and forth. And it's nice. Because they don't get ignorant with each other, so it's nice and jabbing each other about the game. But the comments, people, and talking about Beaver Falls and the pride of Beaver Falls football, it's just awesome to see it.
That jug game, I'm glad you brought that up. That's one of the, I think, most premier traditional high school football games in the whole state.
Absolutely.
The whole state. Okay, let me just throw a little history at you. Beaver Falls has been playing New Brighton since 1903. New Brighton's football program is 2-3 years older than Beaver Falls. So they started playing football in New Brighton before they started at Beaver Falls. In 1912, they played on Thanksgiving Day. Beaver Falls and New Brighton. From every Thanksgiving Day from 1912 to 1941, they played on Thanksgiving Day. Okay. People wouldn't even eat their Thanksgiving Day dinner until the game was over. Then they'd go and have their dinner. And, that was how it was back then. But that game is such a, awesome game. And this year, like I said, Coach does not want to talk about this because he's looking at freedom right now. But, wow, I can't wait till that Jug game this year.
Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be one of the most meaningful ones, I think, in quite a while.
Absolutely. So you've either had a Beaver Falls team that's been good or a New Brighton team that's been good, or both have been bad and one's just been better than the other since going on.
New Brighton's always been smaller than Beaver Falls, always, at least 3,000 or 4,000 in population since the very beginning. But, man, they've beat Beaver Falls at least. I looked at the all-time records, and they've beat Beaver Falls almost 30 times.
I think the biggest upset, though, was 2017. Nobody expected New Brighton to come in and beat Beaver Falls.
Remember that?
Beaver Falls is a good team, and New Brighton come in and took the Jug home that night. That was not. In fact, like I told you, Coach, we just had that game on a couple weeks ago on our way back when. It's on Sunday nights, and that was an exciting game. Listening to it as I was editing it, listening to it over again, and just listening to tradition of both teams and listening to the tradition of that game was awesome. So, all right, let's take a phone call. Good morning. You're on Beaver County Radio. All right, Gus. Yeah, and in the last couple minutes we got, let's get into a little bit about tonight's game.
Sure.
So Freedom playing a little better football than what everybody expected out of them. They're going to be a rough game tonight. Tell us, recapping a little bit. I know we talked a little bit earlier about it, about tonight's game.
Yeah, just again, they're going to be a big, strong football team. They're going to try and come out. They're going to try and shove the ball down your throat, whether you want them to or not. Full house type of offense. So there's a lot of throwbacks to the 80s, watching them sometimes come out and set their arms and get their spacing in the backfield and all that kind of stuff. But we got a pretty good ball player. Number 4 is a pretty good ball player, man. He's fast. I think he's one of the 100-meter kids, track kids. So I know he's got some speed on him, a couple nice-looking kids up front. And defensively, again, strong up front. That 4 is a pretty good corner, so got to be careful with him. And I don't know. It's kind of where we're at. It's kind of what we're looking at this week. So
all right,
it's going to be another physical MAC football game.
All right, we'll get time real quick. We'll take one more phone call. Good morning. You're on Beaver County Radio. Hey, Bill. Yeah, that's what Steve was talking a little bit about that. Yeah, they still do on Sundays. I live right by Oak Hill Field. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I'm about a block over. Other side. I'm over on 4th Street. I'm with the Spickermans. I'm on the Spickerman side.
Oh, right. He's right. It used to snow on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Absolutely. So. Yeah. Yeah, they still play all the time. I see them lining up every Thanksgiving, getting ready to go. Still don't know how they get over the fence, but yeah. I think they've been opening it up in recent years. No, it used to, but we used to sneak in anyways. When I was a kid, we used to get through used to sneak in through the ticket booth. The one was open, so we'd all climb through the hole. Ask Fab about it. He'll tell you. So that's how we used to get in. We used to make Fab go through there. No. This is Brian. His dad worked for the school district for a long time. So, yeah, he's actually my neighbor growing up, too. So, all right. Thanks for calling, Bill.
Frank, researching real quick that Turkey Bowl. It used to snow every year on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Back in the old days, it used to snow. And I guess what happened was in 1939, after the Beaver Falls New Brighton game, it was a big snowstorm, and there was an accident, and someone was killed. And I think that's when they started talking about, hey, we got to move this game. They would play the game early in the season. Yeah.
Well, traditionally it was Halloween week too. Remember, like in the '80s and stuff like that, it was always Halloween week.
Yeah, that was always rivalry week.
Then they moved that. That didn't work out too well.
But that might have been why they still play the Turkey Bowl today.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right. Well, Coach, wish you good luck tonight. Hope you bring home a win against Freedom. Looking forward to seeing what the Tigers can do the rest of the year, and hopefully get a playoff run going.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Steve, I guess we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. I'll be here.
All right. Anybody wants to come see check out the new museum, the Hall of Fame, how can they do that?
We're open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
Okay.
11 to 4, and come see us. And if you can't make it on those days, give us a call, 724-732-6040, and we'll schedule a tour for you.
All right. Sounds good.
Get you in there.
All right. See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
All right. Everybody have a good weekend. High school football tonight. New Brighton, Oak Hill, and Elwood City.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
Looking for something that's more than just a job? Then this good news is for you. PA Connected Communities helps people with intellectual disabilities and autism by using fun activities like cooking, pottery, and volunteerism to learn valuable skills. PACC is hiring for full-time and part-time in Beaver, Butler, and surrounding areas. When was the last time you got paid to go bowling, the movies, swimming, or doing a community service project? If you're looking for a great job where you can help others improve their life skills, gain independence, and participate in community activities, all while having fun and get paid nicely too, then visit PACC.org.
Beaver County Radio's 78th year of broadcasting high school football continues this Friday night. Tune in at 6:30 p.m. as we make a trip to Oak Hill Field in New Brighton. After starting the season 3-0, the Lions have had a rough couple weeks, and they